Hey, my name is Andrea, life coach at Finding Flow. Welcome to this very first podcast about energy. There's a lot I could tell you about energy. Let me start by telling you something about flow, what flow is and how to get in the flow. And additionally, I'm going to ask you some questions, so it might be helpful to grab a pen and paper or a notebook or just write them down so you can investigate what your energy level is like and what it is you need to gain some more energy or to change your energy from positive or from negative into positive. Flow. Flow is a situation in which you're doing things where what you wish, think and feel are totally aligned and your energy can flow freely into the goals you wish to achieve. So there is a wish, a desire, there is your thoughts and your emotions. It is about wanting things and also being able to do them, so you feel comfortable doing those things. There is a certain direction involved. So you know what it is you have to do, you know what the impact will be, and you know what you're working for and towards. So you know what your goals are. And knowing that will gain you the attention you need, you put into the effort, into the activities you are doing. So it's about liking, but it's also about doing things that match your qualities, your abilities, your skills, and the person who you are. So when all that matches, you feel flow. You are in this position where you're happy, fulfilled, which is actually a deeper feeling than happiness. And you have no space in your mind whatsoever to worry about all kinds of things that happened in the past or that are about to happen in the future. So you're totally in the moment, involved in the activity. So this is a very positive state of mind to be in. And this is something more and more people are seeking out because there are so many people worrying. You might be one of those people, otherwise you wouldn't be listening to this podcast. So having said that, so what is your current situation? Have a look at it. Do you feel energetic at this point, at this moment, or do you feel you are lacking energy? And do you have a clue what caused these situations? So even when you're happy and you feel this positive vibe, do you know what happened or why you are in this positive vibe? And when you're having a negative vibe or you feel you're very tired, what is happening in your life that you feel like that? And take a moment, you can start writing about it, what pops in your mind, to investigate what is going on. And you might want to incorporate if you are doing things that you like, so things you really want to do, and what your thoughts and feelings are about those things you're doing. When you're not doing the right things, either in private life or at university, it doesn't matter, then you might either feel bored or stressed, according to the flow theory by scientists Csikszentmihalyi. And both of those states are not positive and they are bad for your health. And they might even give you the same effects. When you're bored, you're not using your skills and you're not doing things you like. So basically, your mind has time to wander and be all over the place. And that's when all those negative thoughts pop in, because when we're not doing anything specifically, and our minds have time to do whatever they want, that's when negativity comes in. Unfortunately, we are not programmed to have all these positive, happy thoughts pop in. So what we need is become aware of it and find ourselves something nice to do, or create a positive thinking pattern and incorporate it into our systems. So it might be about changing the way you think, or letting in positive thoughts. We are so used to believing and listening to negative thoughts that we seem to forget that we can also change our focus. We can also reinvent and start listening more to the positive thoughts. But that's about creating awareness that they are there as well, and start believing those positive thoughts. So positive thinking is a very important aspect of having energy flow freely, going with the flow, and enjoying things. So boredom, you're not doing anything specific, you're not using your skills, you're not developing yourself. It might cause you to start doubting yourself. It might cause you to feel negative about yourself. You start worrying, and as a result, you might have a stress reaction and all kinds of pains inside your body. On the opposite level, so you're asking too much of yourself, you are pushing yourself, straining yourself, doing too much, asking too much of yourself. You want to perform. Everything needs to be perfect. You can imagine that is straining, and it costs you a lot of energy every single day. Having a mindset like that everything needs to be better, you have to work harder, you have to be better. You're pushing yourself all the time and being dissatisfied when you don't get what it is you really want. As a result, energy cannot flow freely, and you're also holding yourself back because you have this tunnel vision towards a certain direction, and sometimes you're not able to see or capable of seeing that you are heading towards the wrong direction, and you ignore that it is causing you harm because you want bigger, better, and it all happens in your mind. You lose touch of what is happening inside your body and what is happening emotionally and what is right for you, what is wrong. And when you do so, you might feel stressed without even noticing that the stress is building up, and you have more and more effects of it. Behaviorally, physically, mentally, emotionally, it is giving you harm and causing you a lot of energy, unnecessary energy. What would the answer to that situation be? Is to be aware of the pattern you've built up, see what is happening, see what is doing it to you, investigate the impact of it, and decide to do things differently, to do things from a different kind of energy. I have an example for you, which is about making this podcast. So yesterday, I had all this time available to make podcasts, and I had set my mind on, okay, let's not make it too perfect. I am allowed to make mistakes. I am curious about making podcasts, what it's going to be like. And from that energy, I was ready to create. But my mind interfered tremendously. I sat down and then I froze. Because then all these thoughts popped in. What am I going to do a podcast about? What am I going to say? Am I going to do theories, practice? Whoa, wait a minute. It has to be perfect. Oh, do I need a program for that? what kind of program? Oh, let's watch YouTube, some tutorials. Oh no, there's a lot of work going on and blah, blah, blah. You can imagine. So I started to become more afraid of making the podcast and not enjoying myself anymore. The energy started to become more draining, straining, and I decided that I needed to put a hold to it. So what I did is reconnect to what it is that I actually want to do, and also why did I want to create these podcasts. Why? Because I would like to inspire you to unleash your potential, to create the life you love, and to do the things you worry about, to create more positive vibes in your life so you're happier and more satisfied and less stressed. You have a higher well-being, because I want that for you and I know that it can be done. So it is all about sharing knowledge so that I can have an impact on other people's lives by just sharing knowledge. I had to reconnect to that feeling again, and I had to reconnect to, okay, I'm allowed to make mistakes. It doesn't need to be perfect. Let's just try doing this to be able to do this. And right now, I'm just talking from my heart. I am aligned with myself. And when you have a look at this podcast carefully, or you hear it another time, you can hear the moments when I am not aligned and when I am aligned. Those are the moments when you're aligned with yourself, with your wishes, with your thoughts, with your emotions, and you're doing the right things that match those wishes, thoughts, and emotions. That is when you're doing the right things. And that is now that I realized that doing this podcast was the right thing for me to do. Just a deep sigh. It's a great realization. So, my question for you is, are you doing the right things at this point? And is there something you would like to change so you could experience more flow and more energy? Thank you for listening. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.